A very good afternoon. You're watching the Big Lunch Hour with me, Akshita. Well, first up, Shobha Karandlaje today hit back at Siddaramaya's jibe that she was responsible for destroying the power sector. Yesterday, Siddaramaya squarely blamed the BJP's 5-year rule for the power crisis. He stated that load shedding in summer was inevitable. But Shobha Karandlaje, while attempting to hit back at the CM, had a major faux pas as she accepted that the power crisis was BJP's fault.
ನಾನು ಕೆಇಬಿ ಫೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಫೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ತಾಕತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಕೊಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತೊಲಗಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಾವು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಇಂಧನ ಸಚಿವರು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಆರೋಪ ಹೊರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ಏನು ಆರೋಪ ಹೊರಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ?
Shobha Karandlaje slipping up there and going ahead and stating that yes, it was the BJP's fault that today load shedding is the inevitable. She was trying to, of course, lash out at the CM. Remember, the Chief Minister had accused then Energy Minister Shobha Karandlaje of destroying the power sector in Karnataka. He said that in summer, some thermal stations units tripped and not a single megawatt of power was added to the grid during the BJP rule. And he states that it's because of this that several thermal stations, including some in Raichur and Bagakot, have shut down, and there is a need now to go ahead and take some preventive measures to ensure that there is no sort of power shortage in Karnataka. And Shobha Karandlaje, while reacting to the same, was in fact trying to squarely put the blame on the Chief Minister, on the Congress, but instead she ended up taking the blame and accepting it and stating that yes, it was BJP's fault that there is a power shortage today. It was only yesterday, of course, that Siddaramaya had commented on this. Keep in mind that a couple of days ago, Energy Minister D.K. Shivkumar had announced that there will be load shedding across the state. And, of course, in Bengaluru, for about 2 hours of load shedding is what was announced. Soon after, of course, the government received a severe flack from the people who went on to question as to exactly why there was a need for load shedding during summer and especially right after voting. And now, of course, yesterday we saw the Chief Minister coming out and making a statement, squarely putting the blame on the 5 years of rule by the BJP and also blaming the then Energy Minister Shobha Karandlaje. And once again, let's listen into exactly what the Chief Minister had said yesterday.
BJP ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇರುವಾಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಮೆಗಾವಾಟ್ ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಡೀ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನ ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡೋದು. ನಾನು 2004-5 ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು 1600 ಕೋಟಿ 1700 ಕೋಟಿ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಟುಡೇ 6500 ಕೋಟಿ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿ. ಬಹಿರಂಗ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಬಂದು ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಈಸ್ ರೆಡಿ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಶೋಭಾ ಕರಂದ್ಲಾಜೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಳಾಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
ನಾನು ಕೆಇಬಿ ಫೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಫೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ತಾಕತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಕೊಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತೊಲಗಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಾವು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಇಂಧನ ಸಚಿವರು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಆರೋಪ ಹೊರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ಏನು ಆರೋಪ ಹೊರಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ?
And well, it was definitely embarrassing for the BJP. Shobha Karandlaje meant to, of course, state that it was the Congress's fault and that they were just trying to deviate blame. But at the end of the day, in a major goof-up, she went on to state that yes, it was the BJP's mistake and her mistake that there are power shortages today. And well, if you are heading to the airport or arriving to the city today, be ready to face the heat of the taxi strike. You may not get any vehicle to or from the Kempegowda International Airport. Well, even if you have your own vehicle, protesters may block the road near the airport toll gate. Protests were kick-started by the taxi drivers today, but we understand that it has come to an end now, with the Chief Minister stating that he will step in and ensure that there is a solution at hand for these harrowed drivers. Well, several drivers came together as all of them have gone off roads today. Of course, keep in mind that initially it was announced it would be an indefinite strike, but after several of them met with the Chief Minister last night, they decided to call off that indefinite strike and only protest, demanding action. Siddaramaiah on his part has stated that before 3 p.m. he will come up with a solution. And momentarily, of course, traffic was disrupted in the area, and mostly only for the traffic heading from the airport back into the city. But the cops were there. There was a huge deployment of police personnel who ensured that things were brought under control and ensured that there was no vandalism or any sort of violence reported. Now, all eyes will be on the Chief Minister to see exactly what kind of a solution he comes up with. Either, of course, he will have to come up with a rollback of the hike, or, in fact, open up that service road for all the taxi drivers so they can go ahead and use the road which is not part of the highway and hence avoid paying that huge toll. In fact, another reason we're looking at several others coming out to protest is that truck drivers state that while they are transporting goods, the price of the same has also increased, thus affecting their business as well. Keep in mind that this particular road not just leads to Chikbalapur and Bellary, but also, of course, leads to several other parts, and these places do bring in a lot of vegetables for the city. There was a lot of talk about prices of necessities also going up, but instead what it has led to is that the producers are having to shell out more. So it looks like there's a repercussion of this particular hike being felt on a lot of people, and that is why so many have come out to protest. Over the last many days we've seen quite a bit of galata, so comparatively things were a lot calmer today, and as of now we understand that there is an additional deployment of security there, ensuring that every single person who passes by the particular toll plaza does pay the amount and that there is no sort of chaos.